Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. Nature does nothing uselessly. Wise men speak when they have something to say. Fools speak because they have to say something coercive. Not chance determines your destiny. The appropriate age for marriage is around 18 for girls and 37 for men. To perceive is to suffer. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. Who is to be? A good ruler must have first been related. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. It is not enough to win a war. It is more important to organize the peace. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Philosophy can make people sick. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Anyone can get angry, that is easy, or give or spend money, but to do this to the right person, to the right extent, at the right time, with the right motive, and in the right way, that is not for everyone, nor is it easy. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. The more you know you don't know. All men by nature desire knowledge. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. Happiness is a state of activity. Misfortune shows those who are not really friends. We make war that we may live in peace. A friend is a second self. Great men are always of a nature originally melancholy. The secret to humor is surprise. Through discipline comes freedom. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. Is his own best friend and takes delight in privacy, whereas the man of no virtue or ability is his own worst enemy and is afraid of solitude. All earthquakes and disasters are warnings there's too much corruption in the world. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. We must be neither cowardly nor rash, but courageous. Well begun is half done. Happiness depends upon ourselves. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies. For the hardest victory is over self. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. There can be no doubt that children should be taught those useful things which are really necessary, but not all things. For occupations are divided into liberal and illiberal, and to young children should be imparted only such kinds of knowledge as will be useful to them without vulgarizing them. Money was intended to be used in exchange, but not to increase at interest. Let this serve as an outline of the good, for we must presumably first sketch it roughly, and then later fill in the details. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. I have gained this by philosophy. I do without being ordered what some are constrained to do by their fear of the law. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Thus, every action must be due to one or other of 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reasoning, anger, or appetite. For the things we have to learn before we can do, we learn by doing.